Call to order the City of Columbiana City Council meeting on this October 3rd, 2023. I would like to say at this point that we're going to ask Deanne to give the invocation in a second. And I do want to say that one thing we feel that's very important in Columbiana is our relationship with the young people in our community. We work with them very closely, and we're very honored. We started last year having student representatives come to our council meetings. And so tonight we have two that I'm going to call seniors. Do you like that? We have two seniors who are with us tonight, Rebecca Clark and Garen Pedicini. And we appreciate that they have joined with us tonight and give their time to our meeting. And I'm going to ask them to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. So Deanne, I'll ask you to give the invocation.
We're committed to help our council members to make decisions that will benefit our community and make it a place to live. Give them courage and faith to carry on their duties. And we pray. Amen.
Amen. You stand.
The flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Deanne, you call the roll.
Here.
Here.
Not here, but visiting on Zoom. Here.
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 Here. Here.
You all received a copy of our minutes of the meeting held on September 19th, 2023. Are there any questions or comments regarding the minutes? Hearing none, they'll be accepted as submitted. We have no communications to read tonight. And you will also find in your packet under reports of commissions and boards that we had a planning commission special meeting minutes of September 19th, 2023. Are there any questions or comments on those minutes? Hearing none, they will be accepted as submitted. Next, under recognition of persons desiring to appear, Bridget, the Executive Director of the Columbiana Chamber of Commerce, is here to discuss the Christmas parade. Bridget?
Thank you all for having me. Hard to believe that on an 80-degree day that I'm here to discuss Christmas already, but it'll be here before you know it. And I just wanted to ask the permission for us to have our annual Christmas parade, starting at Joshua Dixon, going down Middle Street to Salem, and coming down Main Street all the way to Heartland Christian School. So that's all I have for us. Everyone's all right with that?
Do you have a date?
What's the date?
November 17th, sorry. At 6 p.m.
And the tree lighting will be right before that?
Tree lighting directed for.
Any questions for Bridget? Do you want to move on that now?
Yeah, I'll make a motion to.
Okay,
Or-
we have a motion.
I'll second.
Motion is second.
Here's a thought. You know, Paul Rance, and Jack Guy have run that for years. Now we still have Jack, we've lost Paul. And not always do you have to, but the diligence that this man worked on that Christmas parade is phenomenal. I would like to make a motion, if somebody hasn't already thought of it, of a declaration of Paul Rance Day on the 17th. So something for discussion or how we would like to.
I think that's a good idea.
That's Yeah, just real quickly, we used to have, is there a second? Oh, we have a motion on
We have a
that.
motion on the floor in a second.
We better deal with the first one, and then we'll get back to the others. So we have a motion on the floor. Dan, you call the roll?
Yes.
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 Okay, Dan, you have made a motion. Is there somebody that would like to second that motion?
I'll second that.
Okay, that motion's been seconded. I would just say that many people do not know, Paul was very instrumental in the Christmas parade. He was the one that said, we're gonna do it at night, and we all thought he was crazy. And now 2,000 or 3,000 people come to our Christmas parade, so Paul will be missed by all of us, and I think that's great that you want to recognize him.
We've already thought of the same at the chamber and have thought that we want to recognize them as well.
That's great. Dan, you call the roll?
Southwick?
Yes.
Liston?
Yes.
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 Thank you very much.
Thanks for your time.
Good luck
Thank
to
you.
Thank you. Now time that we will turn to our manager's report. Lance?
Thanks, Mayor. I did have an executive session on tonight to discuss the personnel, and there was going to be action taken afterwards. We've answered all the questions that we need to, so we do not have to go in executive session on that, but we will have first reading for the deputy finance director that we've talked about getting. Mike Harold will be retiring next year, and we wanted to have a transition period. So that will authorize me to fill that position. We've had it before back in 2007. So that'll be first reading, and the second reading will be on the 17th. And then the executive session purchase of property, we believe we've also taken care of that, so we do not need any further action. Okay. Mark Hudson has been working with Jake Kellner on his request to planning commission to open an indoor shooting range. Mark is still working on that. We've been in communication with Jake Kellner. So we hope to have more information on the 17th. Out at the water plant, we did drain the 1,000,000-gallon tank. We're starting to prep that for painting. That's going to be the inside and outside of that unit. The culverts on Parkview and Royal Burkdale were both successfully replaced. Thanks to everybody involved in that to get that going, and also thanks to the residents that had to put up with the detours there. We are working on a TIF for the Salem Regional Medical Center, and we hope to have that by the next meeting on the 17th. And those will go in for improvements to, as it said in the paper, to address or maintain water pressure for our water system. Our new building department recommended that we have a registration process for contractors working in the community. So we're working on that to basically mirror the city of Salem's. They do the same. So we'll have that either the next meeting or the first meeting in November for you. Some of our leadership went to see the John C. Maxwell event held at Greenford Christian Church. And we appreciate Compco and Greenford Christian Church for making that possible. You were able to see John Maxwell for $20 to get in, and that's pretty amazing. So that was thanks to Compco was a huge sponsor of that. So we continue to work with our staff and on the county to look at the dispatching for from the sheriff's office, for the Columbiana County. And we are going to have a meeting this week with them to look at, the ins and outs of what that might be and what it might take to do that. As you recall, at the last meeting, you authorized me to sign an agreement. We have a draft concept agreement, but we've not worked through that completely. But we're going to be working on that this week. The coupons for the leaf bags were mailed out this week. E&H Ace Hardware will hand them out this Saturday, October 7th. We met with Compco on an upcoming project for their expansion out there, and they also came to Planning Commission. Water Department, they continue to do the potholing for the lead line, service line project that they're working on. And they started, again, I said they started to paint the 1,000,000-gallon tank. Wastewater Department, they did finish installing all that new filter media. Park and Cemetery, the online reservation system is live and seems to be working well. And they've drained the pool and starting to winterize it now. Electric Department, there several different departments are working on the 2022 Entrepreneur Classes project, the Columbiana Plaza parking lot. As I recall, we've got a $8,700 grant to put up a couple of murals on the Holloway building, and a $16,000 donation from the Schmitz to redo the parking lot. And the county has one of their projects, they've given us $10,000 for improvements on that too. So we think, it's a nice community project and it's coming along. We should be paving that, I believe tomorrow. I think I saw the tack truck out there tonight. Let's see, Electric Department's been working on the R&L expansion project. And I think that's all I have, Mayor.
Very good. Any questions for Lance? Okay, thank you for that report.
You're welcome.
Now, in your packet, you received a copy of the Mayor's Court Report for July 2023, the Mayor's Court Report for August 2023, and the Building and Zoning Department Report of September of 2023. Are there any questions on any of those reports that you received? Okay, hearing none, they'll be accepted. And you also received a copy of the bill list of October 3rd, 2023. Any questions on the bill list? Okay. Hearing none, that bill list will be also adopted. We'll next move to old business. Do I have a motion to read all the ordinances and resolutions by title only?
So moved.
Second.
Motion second. Any questions? Yam, you call the roll?
Yes.
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 Ordinance number 23-0-3192, second reading. An amendment to ordinance number 18-0-2979, which established the boundaries of a community reinvestment area within the city of Columbiana and took other actions necessary or incident thereto.
So moved.
Second.
Motion second. Yami, call the roll?
Yes.
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 Ordinance number 23-0-3193, second reading. An ordinance amending ordinance number 21-0-3103, establishing rates of pay for the emergency medical service personnel of the city of Columbiana.
So moved.
Second.
Any questions? Deanne, will you call the roll?
Yes.
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 New business. I would entertain a motion to set trick or treat for October 31st, 2023, from 5 to 7 p.m. in the city of Columbiana.
So moved. Second.
Motion second. Deanne, will you call the roll?
Yes.
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 Okay, as Lance discussed, saying we're gonna have, this will be a first reading.
Yep, just the first reading.
We're just gonna
Mhm.
change this, so this would be a first reading. Resolution number 23-R-630. This is first reading. A resolution approving the appointment by the city manager of a deputy director of finance for the city of Columbiana as of the 13th day of November 2023.
So moved.
Second.
Motion is second. Any questions or comments? Lance has clarified that for us. Dan, you call the roll?
Yes.
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 Very good. At this point in the agenda, we have an opportunity for anyone who would like to make a public comment. So is there anyone who'd like to speak? Want to come to the mic?
Thank you for the opportunity to speak tonight. Good evening, everyone. My name is Danielle Raven, and I am General Counsel to Ohio Patrolmen's Benevolent Association, which is the union that represents your dispatchers, police officers, and sergeants. During its meeting on September 19th, 2023, this council held an executive session for about 20 minutes. They came back in and voted to suspend the rule requiring that a resolution be read at 2 separate meetings before being passed. At that point, resolution 23-R-629 was read in title only. An emergency resolution authorizing the city manager to negotiate and execute an agreement for dispatch services for the city of Columbiana. The resolution was passed unanimously. And during that 1 hour of time, this council considered and passed a resolution which puts the citizens of Columbiana at risk, as well as the 5 men and women who work for the police department. The resolution was hastily passed because of an alleged staffing emergency. The resolution states that the city of Columbiana has, quote, experienced unexpected difficulties with the hiring of and retention of persons willing to and qualified to serve as dispatchers. The city manager has given quotes to news outlets talking about the, quote, unexpected difficulties with hiring in what is now, quote, a critical situation. I'm here to tell you that that is frankly untrue. I don't know whether you all knew this or not before passing this emergency ordinance, but there are people who are ready and willing to serve as full-time dispatchers in the Columbiana Police Department. One of those individuals is a current employee of the police department as a part-time officer that's already dispatched for the city. She could be hired immediately and start working full-time. You have another dispatcher who is offered part-time, wants full-time, but was told no. You have at least 4 to 5 other applicants
whose applications are sitting on the desk of your city manager and or police chief. Any one of these individuals could have been hired and alleviated your staffing emergency. You can't create an emergency by your own unwillingness to hire. I know that this multiple individuals within the city are aware of these individuals who want to work for your city, because I've told them about it personally. I said, why are you trying to pass this as an emergency? I can give you the staffing right now if you just go look at the application sitting on your desk. Nothing is done. You can't create a staffing emergency because you chose to put full-time dispatch hiring on pause. It was wholly unnecessary to pass this ordinance as an emergency, thereby foregoing the public's right to comment. And it's not just the public that didn't get the opportunity to weigh in here. I'm not sure whether council realized this, but your own fire and EMS chiefs were not consulted before the resolution was put before you and passed. They learned officially about the resolution through the news the following day. In my opinion, that's unacceptable as the individuals who are directly impacted by this. I know the police department was informed of it only 24 hours before it happened, and no one asked for the opinions of the officers that I represent before doing that. I also was not told that that would have been passed as an emergency ordinance with no readings, or else we would have been here that very night. The officers who work here, like I said, were not consulted, but I took the opportunity to consult with them over their feelings regarding them. I asked them for negative and positive experiences with the Columbiana County Dispatch Center because they do work with them. And you even have an employee who works part-time for them. So she would be able to give you a first-hand account of how dispatch operations work there. While I don't want to get into all the specifics, I do think that it would be beneficial for you to hear some of their concerns on the matter, because I do think that there's some stuff there that you guys would want to know before you agree to give your dispatch services over to another agency. When a citizen calls for help, your current staff goes above and beyond to gather all of the information they can, relay that to the emergency personnel. They know the city like the back of their hand. They know where businesses are located. They know the slang way to refer to different locations. They know about different intersections. They are your neighbors and they care about you. I cannot say the same level of service will be provided by a county dispatch center that currently covers over 500 square miles and dispatches for approximately 8 other jurisdictions. You will just be one of many places who they offer their services to. When here in Columbiana is the #1 concern. Did anyone consider the benefits of being able to control the staff? Right now, the police chief has the ability to control the quality of dispatch services and coach and discipline dispatchers who don't live up to the high standards that have been set by this agency. But the ability to control the quality of service will disappear if you allow your dispatch services to be absorbed by Tyler County. Chief Myers won't have the ability to oversee training, and he won't be able to do anything if a call from one of your citizens is not, if a dispatcher does not send a police officer to a call from one of your citizens. What if the county can't hire or won't hire? Do they have enough staff to cover all the jurisdictions they keep accepting? That is entirely out of your control if you agree to give your dispatch services over to the county. I don't think that anyone looked into what hardware would need to be purchased in order to make this happen. Right now, the county and the city of Columbiana use different types of radios. That's going to take a considerable amount of time and a big investment in infrastructure to actually make the switch happen. Eliminating your dispatch service leads gaps in what they currently do. Who's going to answer the non-emergency line during normal business hours? Did anyone consider that? Who's going to enter the officer's tickets? Who will speak to citizens who show up at the police station asking to file a police report at 2 a.m.? Who's going to open the garage doors so that EMS and police and fire can get their trucks in and out? Because right now your dispatchers do that. Who's going to notarize charges for the officers? Will a night shift or afternoon officer have to drive 30 minutes to the county sheriff's office to have their dispatchers notarize charges? Because I'll tell you, that's very concerning to me. This police department normally operates at 2 as the minimum. Sometimes it's at 1, it's not that infrequent. So if you are one of your one, maybe 2 police officers has to spend an hour driving to go have charges notarized, who's gonna answer the 911 calls that come in Columbiana? The decision to close a dispatch center should never be taken lightly. Everyone from leadership down should have the opportunity to weigh in, asking questions and bringing up points that must be considered. The public should have a chance to weigh in. They are the people who use the services and who pay for the services. They should have a say in whether and who answers the 911 calls, if it's their neighbors or if they're one of 10 jurisdictions. The city has gone about this the wrong way, and I'm urging council to reconsider the emergency ordinance. This council has previously been very supportive of the police department, and we thank you for that. But I'd like to draw your attention to the number of police department employees who came here tonight to speak out against this ordinance. Because it's a majority of your police department. So I'm gonna ask everybody that's in the room that is employed by the police department and is not in favor of this emergency resolution, if you please stand. I'd like, just because we can't all see, that there are, I think, approximately 16 individuals who showed up tonight to voice their concerns regarding this ordinance. I am willing to speak with anyone who wants to listen about this issue or have a dialogue about it, whether it's a citizen or a person involved in making this decision. I care deeply about these officers and dispatchers standing behind me, and I want to make sure that they are safe and that they can do their job efficiently. And I don't think that they're going to be able to do that if we pass this emergency ordinance and go about this the way that we're going about it, completely ill-informed and on a basis which isn't even true. I'm sorry, the staffing emergency could be immediately resolved. I'm going to give my phone number out in case anybody who wants to call. Our office number is 440-237-7900. Ask to speak with Danielle, or you can email me at C as in cat, H, A, F as in Frank, F as in Frank, I, N as in Nancy, at O, P as in Peter, B as in boy, A.com. Thank you all for your time.
What were those second 3 digits, please? What were the second 3 digits, please?
Ma'am, Danielle,
The second 3 digits?
Oh, the second. 237. 440-237-7900.
Thank you.
are there any other public comments? Anybody else want to say anything tonight? All righty. Thank you very much. Are there any council comments? Hearing none. I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So move.